The reason Russia, China, and the Democrats' DOJ are all holding back is because they don't know what Trump is going to do with them in 2025. The greatest advantage the entire world has against evil actors right now is that Donald Trump remains more powerful as a sitting candidate for president than anyone in 4 generations.
One America News is doing everything they possibly can to keep the attention of Trump supporters. After the network got kicked off of DirecTV, this host gave a desperate monologue to receive brownie points from Trump and his crazy supporters. Listen to this insanity.
The threat of Trump's return is doing more right now to restore the balance of power on the national and international stage than anything the insulting high-heel limping men in dresses in Biden's cabinet could possibly do. Remember when Trump pushed his way to the front in that swarm of NATO leaders? He'd have been justified if this was ego-driven, but it wasn't. Trump was pushing his way to the front for America. He was, and is, a man who can't stand for America to be last on anything. The FBI took all he had, locked it away with their own lock and key at Mar-a-Lago, only to return in a 9-hour, 30-man raid to break into their own vault and claim Trump was stealing classified government secrets. Donald Trump can sue every single FBI agent who stepped foot on Mar-a-Lago, personally and right now. Every lawyer on Trump's payroll should be executing a lawsuit against every agent who stepped foot on Trump's personal property.
That was nothing but pure propaganda. And it's not the only network to air this kind of lunacy. Fox News brought on Jared Kushner, who presented similar nonsense about his father-in-law.
And I think what they've done is they're running back now to Iran to make the same deal. They showed weakness with the way that they exited with Afghanistan, which is probably one of the most incompetent things that I ever watched. Again, if President Trump was in office, there was absolutely no way that would have happened. I saw him speak to the Taliban. We had parameters, and they feared him. And the same thing with Russia. And again, I think that, if you notice, they took Crimea in 2014 under President Obama. Under President Trump, we had no problems with Russia. And I even write in this book about a deal we did with Russia and Saudi Arabia, where I detail the discussions between President Trump and Vladimir Putin and President Trump and King Salman in order to get the OPEC Plus oil deal done in the midst of COVID.
Then he went on Newsmax.
Why did they think that we colluded with Russia? I mean, why they couldn't accept the fact that voters in America, like President Trump's message, resented the elite class that they were a part of, and they wanted to send somebody else there.
Is there a war in Ukraine if Donald Trump's still president?
0%.
Is China thinking about invading Taiwan?
0%.
Are we looking at the Iran nuclear deal yet again?
I think you would have a deal with Iran, but it would be a real deal where they would, be denuclearizing, and you would have no problems, and you'd be harmonizing the region.